Hello people, this is Ryder here with a review of some Bootleg Ultraman Transformation Devices. So yeah, I didn't think it was worth to make these individual videos, so we're just going to do them all together. Yes, these are in fact bootlegs of Ultraman Transformation Devices, however they're not like the obvious bootlegs, they're more of like third-party alternatives. So what we're going to take a look at here, to which I should probably have at the time, I should actually make time codes for this one. We're going to take a look at the Sparklense from Ultraman Tiga, the Lieflasher from Ultraman Dyna, the Evolthruster from Ultraman Nexus, and last but not least, the Mebius Brace and the Knight Brace from Ultraman Mebius. So let's take a look at these one to one. So here we have the Sparklense, first of all. This is the only one I didn't get a package, or didn't get a poly bag for, just because I'm going to have to like, I only got it as a mailer, but the only thing I can show of this, this is the only thing I can show. Other than that, taking a look at the Sparklense itself, it's mostly based off of the, like, I want to say it's a mix of, like, the 2007 re-release of the Sparklense, just without the stickers up on the actual lens themselves. Instead, it's actually painted and such. Obviously, this is not prop accurate because the marbling's not present on the handle, to which I actually don't mind, honestly. I actually kind of don't like the marbling on the handle, despite the fact it is accurate. I always kind of adored the original, like, DX design. So they actually, like, besides, like, the stickers on the lens, obviously, but the paint quality on the lens it's alright. There are some scuffs, but, like, other than that, it's pretty fine itself. The gold paint is also solid when it's not, like, fading away. But I mean, like, I don't know what's going on this side, but it's something. Again, the handle is not anything, just on-off switch. The battery compartment, I think this requires 3 cell batteries, or 3 LR44s. And then down here, with the hilt, obviously we get the Ultra, like, language. It's not the Ultra language, it's like ancient language. I haven't seen Tiga. And then obviously we get the speaker down here. And then obviously more paint scuff. And obviously to open up the lens, you simply press the button in the back for the lens to drop, into which is honestly really satisfying. Oh, whoops. The click is honestly satisfying. And, like, just this part overall, I really love the center a lot. And overall, I think the people that made this did a really good job at replicating mostly the appearance of a, like, DX spark lens. Obviously, sometimes it's not really the greatest. You really have to press it down because basically you just obviously just click it like so. But it's just, I think they did a good job at the drop, definitely. However, when we switch it on, we get the activation sound, and then we get the LED, like, pulsating, which is really beautiful overall. So it just pulsate like so. It's a 7 LED, and honestly, it shines really well. And then you just simply press the back button like so. Yeah, I should probably note that honestly, when these drop down, this section really likes moving, so it's not the most secure, but I mean, you know, it's something. And obviously you want to know, you lightly press it. Sometimes it gets stuck, but obviously you could just press it. It will just redo the transformation. Obviously, as you can tell, the sounds built into this are not Sparklense sounds. They're just the default sounds of the orb ring when you just, obviously the activation sound, and then when you press the button without putting any fusion cards. So that is technically the downside, but honestly, I think the LED is fine. The 7 LED is pretty beautiful, and just the appearance overall is my ideal Sparklense. Next up, we have the Lieflasher, to which obviously, as you can see from here, we just get in this generic poly bag, just toys and such. So all you simply do is just slide it out like so, and then put this to the side. And now, obviously, Dyna being the sequel to Tiga, it's kind of a similar concept. Obviously, the Lieflasher is a really interesting device overall. I always was kind of off-put by this one just because of the entire concept of it. But because we got Dyna's face down here. This is basic. I don't know like the entire design reasonings for the Lieflasher. It's definitely something for sure. It's definitely unique. So obviously with the Lieflasher, you press the button right here like so to flip, to which you get this gold section. And I really do like how they replicated the rim section here. I think this is called a rim or something. I don't know. Like, just the way they replicate this is really, really well. Other than that, again, just like the Sparklense, this requires 3 or 44's on-off switch like so. My only issue is just, this is definitely not like this is not as powerful. You really have to press it in just for it to fling out like so. And this one is really like hollow, because this one actually feels solid for the most part. Like, yeah, the lens will kind of like shake, but like this one just, it's really hollow and really lightweight, so it just doesn't really feel like much. So if we turn it on once again, the speaker is down here, and then we press the button. Yeah, it's the same exact thing as the Sparklense, just without LED, or just without the multicolor LEDs. It's now just a white LED, and you have to basically straighten it out. So it's just kind of the same thing. Like, and again, I just don't like how hard you have to press. It's just, honestly, I think it looks, like, again, it looks pretty close to like a DX version. And like the white LED is fine, it's just that, I don't know, this one's just not as spectacular. Next up, the Evolthruster. So again, it just comes in this poly bag, not poly bag, but this kind of bag like so. I kind of, like, I mean, I guess that's kind of the thing with the, I'll at least give to the Lieflasher, it's in this branded bag. But the Evolthruster is pretty, it's pretty phenomenal. Just because, like, so it's mostly cast in white plastic with, like, black paint and black and red paint. I think this back piece, like, this back part, no. This entire portion, like, the white here is actually painted, and then the silver here is painted too, and such. But, like, this one's actually pretty neat because Obviously, you can pull the sheath off to actually reveal the actual Evolthruster, to which I really like this translucent blue plastic overall, and the fact that it's textured is really neat. Obviously, we get what's supposed to resemble the color timer for Nexus, wrapped all around and such. I think it's missing, I think, yellow, but like other than that, it's pretty solid for the most part. On-off switch are here. Speaker. And then this requires 2 AAA batteries. And the thing that's neat about this one, actually before, again, just as you can see, it's just this big translucent piece of blue plastic. And obviously this is not the most secure. And like just this, you know, to remove it, just simply press the 2 buttons like so. And then just slide it on top like that. But the neat thing about this one is that this one actually carries the same mold from the original 2004 DX version. And speaking of that, when we switch it on, we're not going to get sounds. However, you, like the DX toy, you press this button for the standbys. However, we will cycle between 4 sounds. So we get the transformation, but then also the junction sound, or the junction for Nexus. I'm pretty sure it's for the first half, but... And also, as you can see here too, the LEDs are pretty bright. Now, these next 2 sounds are going to be really familiar. The red LEDs. So that's the first standby, and then when you press it again, and then the final click, the actual rise sound of Nexus and such. So obviously, to do the more toy accurate transformation, we want to press this twice, and then press it again, and then pull the sheath off. This one's, the LEDs are really bright overall, and I just really like just the ability to like actually technically own, you know, the original toy without having the original toy. And if you press it again, you just get the transformation. My only issue is that this notch button that gets held down with this gets stuck often of being held down for too long, because sometimes, like, if you keep it sheathed for a bit too long, then it will just, you know, be stuck like that. So like you need to get like a flat head just to like kind of help it out and such. And also, if you were to put it back, it'll just cancel the sound. Next up, the Mebius Brace. So it's in the same packaging, similar to the Evolthruster, which you just simply pull it out like so. And this actually does include a wrist strap, pretty neat, which is pretty neat. It's a really pliable, flexible Velcro strap, which is really appreciative. So you just simply I think this is how you do it, because they don't really tell you how to do it, but you know, this is basically just how you put this strap on. It's not the greatest fit, but I kind of would have actually preferred if it wasn't as big, but I get why they have to do that setting. But you know, it's pretty resourceful overall and such. But this actually does still again take 2 AAA batteries. the speaker is up there like so. We'll actually leave this off for the sake of consistency. But overall, the design is pretty, like, it's pretty well done. Like, just, I've always liked the design with the Mebius Brace. I've always liked the wrist changers for Ultraman. Obviously, you can tell the sphere is not the most fluid, especially when you turn it like so, and obviously it's not the greatest quality because it's scratching every time I spin the sphere. Like, I liked how they emulated this section, or like the top part overall. We got connector pieces for the Knight Brace, and interestingly, the on and off switch is right here. So if we were to switch it on, we actually get two LED panels, or two LED sections. So now, here sound-wise, we only get two iterations of the transformation. So just spin this, just spin it. So there's the main transmission of Mebius, and then when we spin it again, so there we get the another version of the transformation, but with Mirai shouting Mebius. Last but not least, we got the Knight Brace. So just take this again out like so. This one, sadly, the bag ripped, but here we go with the strap yet again. I'm pretty sure this is the same exact strap piece as the Mebius Brace. It's just kind of different, so we will try it again for the sake of it. This one again, speaker, 2 AAA batteries. Hopefully this one actually does work. Again, this one's actually not very cooperating, just because of how bent up the strap is. I mean, like, I always appreciate they come with the straps. I kind of wish there was, like, I kind of wish these straps aren't so... I mean, I guess you can. Like, this strap definitely is a lot better. And I know I'm wearing it in the wrong hand. It's actually for... it's actually for this hand. That's probably why they gave you this strap specifically. But yeah. Yeah, so this is where the Knight Brace belongs, in this hand and such. So I don't really like that. I feel like I will eventually rip this Velcro strap off just because of how stubborn it is for the most part. But again, I apologize that. And as you can see from here, the Velcro is scratching the plastic, so I guess that's kind of a given. The Knight Brace overall actually looks pretty great, besides the fact there's a bunch of paint scuffing, which is kind of unfortunate. It's basically the same, like, build as the Mebius Brace, again, because this is based off of the Ultra Replica build. And here's the, I don't know what you call this, the Night Blade or something. It's not like the DX one where this one's motion sensor. This one's just a hollow, not hollow, but it's just a piece of plastic and such. Like, it looks pretty good, and I really do like this clear plastic part. This is pretty well done. But other than that, and obviously, obviously this is all painted out. It's no longer opaque and such. So if we were to turn it on, like so, as you can see from here, there's a button there and such. So turn it on like so. So to transform, simply insert the blade into the brace. And then to do it again for the second aeration. I don't know if that's for Hunter Knight Tsurugi or just, I guess Hikari showing up. The thing is that you can, like, insert it and then pull it out. It won't affect it. Even putting it back in won't affect it. And then last but not least, this one actually does have a third sound because of this slot here. So if you were to combine it with the Mebius Brace, you get an additional sound. I genuinely don't know how you're supposed to wear this. Like, do you just strap both braces like so? And also, as you heard, like, just putting these two together sometimes isn't really the greatest. You really have to align it well, so then you don't get that, like, horrendous clicking. Because you can get these to smoothly click together, but, like, that doesn't sound good. So again, just something like that. It doesn't change anything of this. So if I had to choose, like, if I had to rank all 5 of these, well, I mean 4 for the most part, because I did get these in the set. So if I had to rank these just by, like, overallness, Evolthruster, the Evolthruster is definitely my favorite. Then following the Sparklense, the Mebius Brace, and the Knight Brace. And then concluding it with the Lieflasher. But overall, do I suggest for you to get these? It depends. It obviously depends on you, because obviously all 4 of these have ultra replica counterparts, and obviously because of the fact these are bootlegs, and technically, like, bootlegs are technically a no-no. However, like what I said before, and as I showcased, these aren't your typical bootlegs. They are still bootlegs in a way. However, I feel like obviously because bootlegs need a way to actually get themselves out there, obviously there are, like, really obvious Ultraman bootlegs that are attainable. It's just that I actually wanted to get ones that are actually money's worth. So, which is why I picked the Evolthruster as my #1 favorite of these. The Evolthruster, this one basically is nearly identical to the 2004 original toy, to which I think it's amazing, just with an additional 2 sounds. And I don't mind it at all. Like, this one is really great. Obviously, the Sparklense, I really like it overall. Like, just the way it works, just the way it drops down, like, opens up and such, and just, it looks pretty good for the most part. I know it's not the Ultra Replica, but I don't need the Ultra Replica, especially because I just want a really simple, mundane Sparklense. The Lieflasher is definitely lackluster, and I did get this one just for fun, just because I was already getting, like, the Sparklense, and because of Decker. So, I mean, I have it, but it's not that spectacular. And these 2 I actually got way later. It was originally only supposed to be these 3, but this one I didn't even know existed. And this one's fine. I just feel like the quality is not the greatest, is why I ranked it a lot lower. I know this is expected, but the Knight Brace being scuffed up really does suck. And obviously, this one's really hollow. And this one's pretty solid. It's just that the sphere being damaged is kind of annoying. But other than that, this one looks phenomenal. So, you might be wondering, Where did you get these, Ryder? Whoa. Thank you for asking. I got these off of AliExpress. So far, this one was the most expensive one, because like what I said, I got these two in a set. So these two together was $19. Other than that, so the Spark ones I got for $8, but it's out of stock. And then the Lieflasher was $7. The Evolthruster, I can't actually find a like US listing because it's in whatever listing this is. I want to call it rupees, but that's not right. But I want to say I got the Evolthruster for $13, to which, again, I think it's worth a shot. Just because I think my case on bootlegs is that for the most part, if it's like a really bad one, sure, but like I feel like with bootlegs, it's just you have to really see if it's really worth the money to do so. Like for me, I think what all of these do really well is appearance. These look really good. Like, yes, I know this one isn't screen accurate, but other than that, from like a blind person's perspective, these look like the actual things. It's just until you actually feel them, and for the most case of these two, actually play with them, that you're like, oh, these aren't official. Especially with, I think with these two with the straps. But like other than that, I think they're worth a shot. Like there is like yes, there is like black Sparklense out there, and then like obviously the most recent one, the Ultra Lieflasher. I think that one's actually like $20 or so, and it's like, yeah, it would have been funny to have gotten that one, but at the same time though, it's just like I kind of don't really want to pick up like the bootlegs for like the new generation heroes unless it's actually something different, because I actually kind of prefer just getting the bootlegs or the simpler devices just because there's not really much to do and such. But yes, there are the funny bootlegs, like all those Zet and like Trigger and like Rube ones, or not Trigger, like Jeed, or like, yeah, there's like those funny ones. And I don't know, I might revisit it, but so far I just wanted to cover these ones just because I do think there is some value. Just don't, I gotta say, be careful with them. You don't want to destroy them right away, just because I actually threw the Evolthruster at the ceiling. Anyways, I'll have to do this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave people. Bye.